MyFundedFutures and Apex Trader Funding, arguably two of the most popular prop firms out there right now to trade futures. Now I want to compare them side by side and leave you guys with a decision on which is the best. First I want to jump into what I think is the most crucial comparison between the two, and that's the overall cost. Apex Trader Funding offers 8 account plans you can purchase, ranging from 25k in size to 300k in size, including a 100k static account. Here are the regular prices listed for each of these accounts, but with my code BOB, which you can apply at checkout, you can get 80% off, making these the most up-to-date prices for each account size. However, it's 80% off at the time of this video. Apex's discounts can range anywhere from 50 to 90% off depending on the promotion they're running, but applying the discount code BOB will get you the best deal available at any given time. MyFundedFutures offers 10 account sizes, each made up of 3 plans. You have your starter plan, expert plan, and the newly released milestone plan. Each have their pros and cons based on rule restrictions and prices. Here are the regular prices you can purchase for any one of the 10 accounts. With my code BREAK, you can get discounts on the new milestone plans. It's 15% off for the 25k account size and 10% off for the 50 to 100k account sizes, making these the most up-to-date prices. This promotion will end on November 30th, but applying that code at checkout at any point will get you the latest promotion MyFundedFutures is running. So with all that being said, because we are dealing with different account sizes with different rules, to simplify this video, I'm going to go ahead and choose the most popular plan for Apex and the most popular plan for MyFundedFutures and compare those side by side. And with no surprise, the 50k account plan for Apex and the 50k starter plan for MyFundedFutures are certainly the most popular purchases. When you pass both evaluations, Apex will have an activation fee. MyFundedFutures will not. The activation fee is different for each account size, but they will range from $130 to $340, again, depending on the account size you choose. These costs are a one-time cost for the account as a lifetime option, but Apex also offers a monthly fee of $85 as another option. However, as of now, Apex has made all the activation fees the lifetime option for any account size, but it's only a one-time cost of $85, and I don't think they'll be ending that promotion anytime soon. So let's say you decide to purchase Apex's 50k account plan. With the current 80% discount, you end up paying $16.70. Now if you can pass the evaluation the first time, your total overall cost will be $101.70 because the $16.70 evaluation cost plus the $85 activation fee equals $101.70. Now obviously if you fail the evaluation, your overall cost was just the $16.70 and you don't end up with a funded account. But again, it only costs you $16.70 to see if you can pass it, which isn't that bad. Most other prop firms charge you significantly more to take an evaluation, so Apex is definitely known for their cheap evaluation costs. Obviously that cost is going to rack up the more attempts you make in trying to pass the evaluation, but at least you know it's only going to cost you $16.70 each time you try. With MyFundedFutures, however, the evaluation for the 50k starter plan is $80. However, your overall cost will remain at $80 when you get funded because there is no activation fee. So if you pass the first time for each of the prop firms, you would save $21.70 per account with MyFundedFutures as opposed to Apex Trader Funding. So that begs the question, would you rather risk initially paying more for the evaluation but ultimately save more overall with MyFundedFutures? Or would you rather try to play it safe and pay less for the evaluation with Apex to see if you can pass it the first time around and then pay more overall once you're funded? It all depends on how confident you are in your ability to pass the first time around, because each time you fail the evaluation, it's only costing you $16.70 with Apex, whereas it's costing you $80 with MyFundedFutures. But again, with MyFundedFutures, there is no activation fee. Let me also put it this way, say you want to purchase 3 50k accounts and trade them all using a trade copier, tripling your profits. In order to do that with Apex, it would cost you $305.10 if you pass the evaluation the first time around, because 16.70 times the 3 evaluations equals $50.10 plus $255, which came from the $85 times the 3 activation fees for each account, brings your total to the $305.10. With MyFundedFutures, purchasing the same amount of evaluations will only cost you $240 because there is no activation fee, and $80 times the 3 evaluations equals the $240. So MyFundedFutures definitely looks more enticing, but keep in mind, if you fail the evaluation while using a trade copier for the 3 account purchases, it's going to cost you $240 and you don't even get funded, whereas with Apex, you're just going to lose the $50.10 evaluation cost rather than the full $305.10 because you only pay the activation fees only if you pass. So really all just comes down to how confident are you in passing the evaluation. Both options seem enticing, but you just have to assess your abilities and make the best decision for yourself. Let's move on to the drawdown. Apex has an intraday drawdown, meaning your unrealized profits will continue to trail you regardless if you sold or not. MyFundedFutures has an end of day drawdown, meaning your drawdown is only calculated once you close all your positions at end of day. So MyFundedFutures undoubtedly has a better drawdown policy. And for both prop firms, the 50K account's drawdown is $2,500. The profit target for both companies to pass the evaluation is the same as well, with $3,000 being the amount to pass. Let's talk about the payout policy for each of the prop firms. With Apex, you're eligible for withdrawal after 8 trading days, 5 of which have to be at least $50 or more. With MyFundedFutures, it's 5 winning days of $100 or more. The minimum withdrawal requirement is $500 for Apex, $250 for MyFundedFutures. The max you can withdraw for the Apex 50K account is $2,000, but this restriction lifts after your first 5 payouts. The max you can withdraw with MyFundedFutures 50K starter account is $1,200, but this restriction lifts after 30 winning days or $6,000 in payouts. Apex will allow you to keep 100% of your first $25,000 in profits, whereas MyFundedFutures will only let you keep the first $10,000. After that, both companies go to a 90-10 split. Apex will allow you to have 20 funded sim accounts, whereas MyFundedFutures will only allow you to have 3. So Apex definitely edges out MyFundedFutures as far as profit potential. Apex has a safety net rule with their payout policy, meaning they won't let you withdraw more than $500 into the safety net. And the safety net is basically your starting balance in drawdown plus $100. So in the 50K case, your safety net would be $52,600. So if you wanted to withdraw the full $2,000 that Apex allows, you'd have to get the balance to $54,100. MyFundedFutures has a restriction of their own. As soon as you take your first payout with them, the drawdown balance automatically goes to $50,100 regardless if the drawdown actually gets there or not. So if you take your 50K account and make $500 profits in 5 days, your balance goes to $50,500. But if you decide you want to withdraw $300, that brings your balance to $50,200. This would only leave you with the $100 drawdown because again, your drawdown balance will go to $50,100 as soon as you take your first payout. The whole purpose of why Apex put their rule in place and why MyFundedFutures put their rule in place is because they want the trader to build a big enough cushion where they won't have to worry about the drawdown amount. Ultimately, you'll have to choose which rule you prefer less and go with the other prop firm. The max contract you can trade with an Apex 50K account is 10 minis, but only 3 minis with MyFundedFutures. Both of them have a skilling rule in place as well. Apex will only allow you to trade half of the max allowed until you can get to the trailing threshold balance, which would be $52,600. Then you can trade the full 10 after that. With MyFundedFutures, here's a table breaking down how many contracts you can buy until you meet a certain profit threshold. There is no daily loss limit with Apex, but there is a $1,200 daily loss limit with MyFundedFutures. Trading the news is allowed in a sim account with Apex, but is still not allowed with MyFundedFutures. The consistency rule for Apex is 30%, meaning a single trading day cannot be greater than 30% of your overall profits, and that's per payout period. For MyFundedFutures, it's a little more lenient at 40%. So here's a quick recap of everything we talked about between the two companies. You can pause the video and compare and contrast these similarities and differences. Like I said, there's pros and cons with each. We covered almost everything, or at least the most important stuff. But please, if you get the chance, watch my latest 2 videos on Apex Trader Funding and MyFundedFutures. These videos break down all the rules and policies in so much better detail, whereas this was more of a quick recap. Again, if you're interested in purchasing a plan with either Apex or MyFundedFutures and want to help support me in this channel, please consider using my affiliate codes at checkout. That's Bob for Apex and Break for MyFundedFutures. I'll have the links down below in the description as well as a pinned comment that'll take you directly to their websites. You can also go on my own website, thetradeblog.com, and the codes and link will be available there as well. Just hover over to the discount section. You can also find other articles you guys might be interested in, including comparisons of other prop firms you can find on my website. Please comment down below which prop firm you think is the most valuable based on their pros and cons, Apex or MyFundedFutures. If you found this video helpful and would like to see more like it going forward, please hit the like button and consider subscribing for more content. Other than that, take care and I'll see you guys in the next vid. Peace.